Hello, folks. This is Unit 3. We're going to go over a few things. Hopefully, you had a wonderful week, great weekend, had some fun, and ready to start tackling Unit 3, which is expressions and interactivity. Hopefully, you learned a few good, fun things out of that. So, I'm going to go over, a couple problems just to for fun. Hopefully they'll be fun for you and they'll help you also when you're dealing with your homework. All right, let's go ahead and start this. Visual Studio, so new project. Oh, I forgot to, I'll show you now. If you don't want to do when you create the new file, you can go under Windows Console application and start there. Then you don't have to right click and then do under linker system and then change that. I forget to mention that. I told you I will show you how to do that and I forgot. So you can go under Windows Console application, click on that, and it will start with a library which is iustream.something.h. So that will allow it to run without you going through that process. I always prefer to go with empty projects. I just like them. There's nothing in the background, no libraries are updated or anything like that, just to be on the safe side. As soon as this opens, we'll go through few of them. So go under source file, add new item, and then I'll select my CPP, and then I'll go as soon as it opens, and then once again go under right click on project, whatever project number you have, properties, linkers, system, and then under system you'll have console. So let's see, let's do some fun problems, starting, I don't know, with maybe the beginning of those program challenges. Let's do number 5. Number 5 sounds like kind of fun, simple, pain, fun at the same time. Kind of weird, I know. Male and female percentages. So they want you to write a program that asks the user for the number of males and the number of females registered in a class. The number should display the percentage of males and females in class. So they give you a hint, which is, suppose there are 8 males and 12 females in a class. There are 20 students in the class. The percentage of males can be calculated as 8 divided by 20, which is equal to 0.04 or 40%, and the percentage of female can be 12 divided by 20, which is 60%. So let's start with that. Usual, start with the comment, which is, this one is chapter 3, programming challenge, 5, which is male and female percentages. So I'll start with a couple libraries that I'll need to do because I'm dealing with decimals and stuff like that. I need 2 libraries. I need the regular iustream, and then I need iumanip because we're going to manipulate numbers. So you'll have, you're not going to have specific results. You might have decimals and etc. That's why you need a couple libraries in this case. So include my usual iustream. You'll get used to these to a certain point. When we move on through the semester, you'll learn that there's multiple, like CTime and CMAT and all of those kind of stuff. You get to a point, you get used to them. As soon as you start a project or a problem to type code, you'll just write all of them and then forget about it. So it'll become a second nature. You'll become a robot pretty soon, and you go through that process. So I need let's see, include, and that is iumanip. So iumanip, manipulating code, and then the usual, using namespace std. Hopefully you guys are pretty comfortable at this point with syntax. I know you guys probably only had Python, and the syntax changes a little bit sometimes, so don't get confused and frustrated with that. It's a question of time. Once you guys learn a pure language like a C, a C++, something like this, the rest of it, all the other languages you'll be able to learn on your own. It's just you have to be a little bit careful about syntaxes here and there. They're a little bit different in how to get them done. So we'll start with our constant. So I'll have int, call it male, and I'll put a quick comment, which is number of male students, and then I'll do one for female also, number of female students, and then I'll need one for like for the total when I do the calculation, so I'll use a double because it has numbers in it. Call it total, which is total number of students, so total number of students. Then I need one for both percentages, so I need a percent for the male and a percentages for female. So I'll go ahead and do double, call it percent male. And now I just want you to be careful a little bit about this. If you look at this one, percent is all lowercase, male has the M as uppercase. It's a good syntax way. You guys saw that in chapter 1 and 2, how you need to write variables and stuff like that, you know, by using either underscore and stuff. You cannot start with a number and etc. So it's a good idea to have full words and combine more than one. The only thing that you need to do is just have the first letter of the second, third, etc. word starts with an uppercase letter, which is, it'll be easier to read. So I can look at it here, percentage OM uppercase, so that means it's a new word that starts there. So it's a way of doing it. I mean, you can do different way that really works for you, but it does help. And from my experience from the field, working as software developer, you know, I've seen a lot of software developers that use that, and it does help tremendously, and it's less confusing to read and, you know, recognize once you, I don't know, you write like a 1,500, 2,000 lines of code. So female. Let me push these. I'm trying to, as much as possible, to make my code look good. Not for anything specific, but it's just easier to follow on a long term. So it just looks better when I'm doing it for a client. It looks, you know, good for them, and when I'm doing it for myself also, it allows me to read it, and I have a quick comment, like, you know, 3-4 words, and will explain what I'm doing. So next, what we need to do is get the numbers of male students, and then get the number of female students. So get the number of male students. So what we can do, basic cout, just to put a comment for the user to enter, you know, like information. So enter, let's see, the number of male students. And then I have a cin, which will be basically my male. And then I'll do the same thing for female. So get the number of female, students. And then cout, enter the number of, I need to take a typing class. I forgot how to type now. Female students. And then cin, which will be just female in this case. Next, what I need to do is the calculation of both, you know, male plus female. So calculate the total number of females, students, sorry, which is the combination of both the male and student. So total equals male plus student. Simple. Total is equal to male plus female. Very simple. And then the next thing I need to do now is the percentages. So I have to calculate the percentage. How I do that, I divide male by total and then female by total. So what I need to do is calculate the total number of students. So calculate the total male, calculate the percentage of male students. So calculate the percentage of male students. And in this case, it'll be percentage male. Equals male divided by total. And then do the same thing for female. So I'm gonna go ahead and be lazy in a smart way. Copy paste. And then that I'll change this to female. You guys can do this. Don't be lazy lazy like me, and not make the proper changes. So please don't do that mistake. I've done it before, so be very careful about that. So female, which will give me my total of males in female in this case. So next, what I need to do is just display the percentages of male student and then display the percentages of female students on the screen. So when you pretty much run your code, so display the percentage of male students, and then here I'll use a cout, which is I'll do a slash n male. That will allow me to take, the compiler will push the line to the to the next line, so we'll skip a line. And then I'll do some settings. So I'll do set w to 7. That will give me spacing. And then don't forget your set precision in this case also. So set precision to 2. You can do it more if you want, you can do it less if you want, so it doesn't really matter. It's up to you as to how many. If there's no requirement, then you guys are free to pretty much utilize anything you want as how many you want to do after the set precision. So it'll be fixed, then show point, then percentage male times 100. Why? Because when I do the division, then I'll get I will not get a percentage. If you remember in the example, the hint that they gave you. So if you divide, like they divided it, whatever that number, 12 by 20 or something, it was 0.06. So that's the reason I need to multiply by 100, which will give me then a percentage. So I'll do the same thing for female. So once again, remember, if you do that, change it, female, and then female here, and set precision. Actually, I don't need that at this level. Just need percentages of female. I don't need all of this actually, because it will be taking care of it later. Let's see. And I need to change that to female. So female. So I have female, percentage female times 100. Oops, I forgot something. I forgot the symbol of percentage, the percentage symbol. So like that, it shows that percentage after that. And then I'll do an indel and L. Oops. And then return 0. Let's compile that. So enter the number of male students. Number of male students, I'll do 10. Number of female, 15. And then it tells you, oh, I forgot under male. Let me change that. Where's the male? Right here. Oh, I forgot the percentage. I think that should take care of it. Let's run it again. So, my apology, I'm using my wife's laptop. I need to turn off the antivirus she's using. So 10, 15, and it gives me my percentage. So male is 40%, female 60%. It gives you pretty much, that's that's simple. So if you review the code, basically you using two libraries. In this case, IOStream, IOManip. IOManip is for the decimals that we're using. Declaration of some variables. Then you have to get the number from the user, which in this case will be the male, here the female. You add the total. You add the total. Then to find the percentage, you take the number that you entered, that the user entered, and divide by the total. That's what I did for male and female. And then here, basically just displaying the male percentage. I'm multiplying by 100. If I don't do the 100, it will give me a decimal. And then do the same thing for female, and then return 0. That's pretty much it for that one. It's that simple. Let's see, what's another fun one that we can try to do. And also, I'm always trying to do stuff that will help you with your homework. So like that, when you're using it, it's not just for fun that you're doing it also for homework purposes. Let's look at number 19. Monthly payments. The monthly payment on a loan may be calculated by the following formula. So they give you a formula, which is payment is equal to blah, blah, blah. And then rate is the monthly interest rate, which is the annual interest rate divided by 12. 12% annual interest would be 1% monthly interest. N is the number of payments, and L is the amount of the loan. So write a program that asks for these values, then display a report similar to. So it will ask for a loan amount, it will ask for a monthly interest rate, number of payments, monthly payment, amount paid back, and interest paid. And then it will, give you some type of display. So let's start that one. I need IOStream, IOManip, so I'm not touching those. Those are still the same. Now we're going to use also a, chapter 3, sorry. We're going to use a new library in this case because we're using a formula, so we need the library of CMath. So we'll have to use also add CMath in this case, which is, this one we'll call, what's the name of it? 19. Monthly payments. So monthly payments. So I need to add one more, which is in this case include CMath for the formula that I have. So this is used basically for the power function. To give you an idea about it. All right, let's go through this. So delete this. So first thing I need to do is basically my declaration of my constants. As usual, you start with that. And I'll have constant int. Oops. In this case, it'll be, we'll call it months. We have 12 months. I hope. And then I'll have 1 for percent. So constant int, not percent, it has to be a double. Constant double percent because it's a number. So I cannot use integer in this case. So percent equals to, what was the percent of that? Let's see, 1%, so that's divided by 100, that'll give me 0.01%. I do a double for loan amount. Oops. And I'll do one for number of payments. So this one is an integer, so number of payment. And I'll do a double for annual rate. Let's put a quick comment for each one of those. So this one is to hold the amount of the loan. So the amount of the loan. This one is to hold the number of payments. So to hold the number of payments. Oops. And the last one is basically to hold the annual interest rate. So to hold the interest annual rate. Now, first thing we need to do, just get the value from the user. So get the loan amount from the user. And to that, just put a statement which will allow the user to view it. Enter the loan amount. Then we have our CN, and it'll be just loan amount. Simple, pretty straightforward. Then we need to get the annual interest rate, so get the annual interest rate from the user. And that is also same thing, cout. Let's see, enter the loan amount. I forgot the amount here, sorry. Kind of a little bit hungry. I ate it. Enter the annual interest rate. And that one, CN, which is just annual rate. Next, what we need to get from the user is the number of payments. So get the number of payments made. And cout will ask the user to enter the number of payments made. So enter the number of payments made. And this case we have just basically our number of payments, simple. So CN number of payment. Next, what we need to do is calculate the adjusted interest rate for the loan. So that's the utilizing the formula that they gave us. So calculate the no, we need to do, let's see, what's the first thing we need to calculate in this case? Let's see, they asked for so the first thing we need to do actually, we can do both, it doesn't really matter. Let's calculate the monthly interest rate first. So calculate the monthly interest rate, and we'll have double, we'll call it monthly rate. You see, guys, I'm doing it on purpose not to declare everything at the beginning, so like that under constant, so like that you guys can see that you have a pretty flexible way of doing whatever you prefer to do. So you can either do it here or do it at the beginning, which it doesn't really matter where you do the declaration. So it'll be annual rate divided by months times percent. Okay, that's the monthly interest rate. Next, now we need to calculate the adjusted interest rate for the loan. So calculate the adjustment interest rate for the loan. And for that one, we'll do also a double. We'll call it, I guess, adjusted rate equals, now we use our formula that they gave us. So power, parenthesis 1 plus monthly rate and number of payments. And that is why we needed the CMAT, is to use the power here, which allows us to apply the formulas of mathematical formulas, which will run, your compiler will not give you an error if you run that. So now we need to calculate the monthly payment amount. So monthly payment amount. For that, we'll do a double, call it, let's see, monthly payment equals what? Let's see, I'll have to have monthly rate, nope, not monthly payment, monthly rate times adjusted rate divided by adjusted rate minus 1, adjusted rate minus 1 times loan amount. So loan amount. Now we need to calculate the total amount paid. So the next thing we need to figure out is to calculate the total amount paid. To do that, basically is what is amount paid. So we'll do a declaration for a new one called amount paid equals to monthly payment, oops, times number of payments. So times number of payments. Next, what we need to find out is the interest paid. So calculate the interest paid. So we'll have double, we'll call it interest paid equals to amount paid minus the loan amount. And then finally, what we need to do is just a display of all this beauty that we just created. So display results. Once again, if you look at my comments, they're not crazy 2-3 paragraph comments, just a couple 3 words, a phrase that will do the job. So see out, we have, I'll start with, the formatting, fixed, show point. Once again, I just want you to see that you can do these at any level. Set precision to 2. And now I start with my comments and loan and the whole 9 yards. So loan amount. Let's write everything and then I'll adjust the formatting, and then we'll have to set W to 8, so it will move the information 8 spots, and that is the loan amount. Then I need to show my, what is the next one they want us to show? Monthly, monthly, oops, monthly interest rate. And monthly interest rate, and then we'll do the same thing, set W to 8, so like that they're all on the same level, just above each other and or below each other, whatever works for you. Annual rate divided by month. Then I need to show let's see, I'm missing, let's show percentage sign, so like that it shows that it is a percentage. Okay, next what we need to show is the number of payments. So and monthly, number of, oops, all right, let's get rid of, that's number of payments, it's good. So number of payments, I try to adjust that. Oops. Set W to 8 also, and that is the number of payments. So number of payments. Next one we need to display is the number of payments, monthly payments. So they want us to have monthly payments. So how much they pay every month. So monthly payment. Put my $sign for this one. And same thing, set W to 8. And that is your monthly payment. Next, amount paid back. So amount paid back. So that's a dollar amount. We'll put a $sign. Oops. And that'll be set W to 8 also. And that is amount paid. that we have. Finally, the last thing we need to do is interest paid. Interest paid. And that is also a dollar amount, so we need a dollar sign. And set W to 8, and that is interest paid. And then return 0. Now let's see if I made any mistakes. Keep forgetting to cancel this. So we'll enter the loan amount. Let's see, $10,000. Enter annual interest rate, 0.2. Enter the number of payments, 10. Oops, what happened? Why did it scramble everything like this? I screwed up somewhere. Let's see. Oh, wait, what happened? I need to do I'm putting /n in front of each one, which, oh, I forget the my bad, here and here. So this will allow it to go to the next line. On monthly also, I forget that. It allows it to go to the next line. See, simple mistakes makes your code looks really, really ugly. All right, let's run that again. I'm sorry, the output, not, just the code, the output itself. All right, let's run that again. So enter the loan amount. Let's do 10,000. Interest rate 0.2, payments 15, and it gives you your total. Let's try that again. 10,000 to 20, and it gives you a percentage. What is your loan amount? 10,000. Monthly interest rate, and then the amount paid back, and then interest paid, etc., etc. So hope this helps. Hopefully, I love math, so hopefully this will not be a headache for you guys. But that's pretty much it for this one, and hopefully I'll catch you again in the next one. See you guys. Do well, have fun, and please feel free to get hold of me anytime if you have anything that is not clicking, or you have any question. Please email me. I will get back to you ASAP. Thank you guys. Have a great week, and enjoy the material. Bye bye.